Alrighty, what's going on, you guys? We're Fhrxst here, and today we got a video called the Mean Greens Plastic Warfare Review. I guess that's what I'm gonna call it. This one's gonna be straight vanilla, no edited down, like I said. Editor Frost is in on vacation, if anything. So, what I'm gonna be telling you guys today is the pros, the cons, and whether or not you should buy the game. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, we're gonna go over the pros. So the pros is one, the customized section. You can choose which character you want, which I thought was pretty cool, and it was just something new for me. So hopefully, I would honestly rather them do like have a separate random like a random icon, so that way you can have random soldiers. But at the same time, you can just pick which one you want to play as. So there's also private matches. So if you want to play with your friends, you can hop on there and do whatever. There's a tutorial for you guys to learn. There's also stats, so there's stat tracking in the game, and I thought that was pretty cool. One con that I really don't like is the limited number of options. When it comes to aim sensitivity and controller targeting sensitivity, we'll get into it. That's about it. You're just getting gamma, show objectives, vibration, and then you can get different controls, but the neutral default controls are by far, I would say, the best. Because C2 is you can use all your weapons and as a bind, but it's just very confusing. So I'd rather just go default. That would be like the best layout for it. And then sound is just the names, like the same name sound of everything in the game. Um, but that's about it. There's a very limited number of options, and like I said, we'll get a little bit into that with the cons. I do love the fact that there is plenty of game modes in the game, which we'll also get into the next part of the video. So there's plenty of game modes. There's private matches, and there's also some modes where they'll have bots in case there's not as much people, because a lot of people don't really know that this game is technically out. But let alone, I guess they didn't think the game would be like $20, and a lot of people actually kind of just like the premise of the game. So the pros would be the movement. You can roll, crouch, your standard normal controls. Normal just ish controls, and you also got R3 for taunting, which I thought was pretty cool. You also have 5 weapons, so there's a variety in everything, but we'll also get into that in a little bit. So if we're gonna name one of the cons, it is most definitely the bloom, which you probably just saw just now. There is indeed bloom when it comes to hip firing, and I would say a little bit of just aiming in. But if you tap fire, you should be alright. But at the same time, there's bloom in the game, so it's not really an enjoyable experience. Another con is when you're using a shotgun. If someone's close to you, it's relatively hard. You have to aim all the way down to where they're like at for you to get the kill. It's kind of annoying, and more or less of just the gist of the game. But at the same time, it's no biggie-ish, is what I would say. Another heavy con that definitely needs to be fixed is sniping. Now, there's two different sets of sensitivities, and that'll be your normal sensitivity, which is this, and your aiming sensitivity. And mine is on 4, so when I switch to a sniper, it is fast. It's one of those games where it has a very fast sensitivity, and it's just a no bueno when it comes to sniping. There needs to be a either a separate or just another way to dumb it down for the sensitivity for the game for sniping, because it makes it a really unenjoyable experience when you're trying to snipe someone that's just staying in one area. It's actually super annoying because now it's just really hard to snipe unless you have your sensitivity down to like 2 or 1 or 3, and when you have it on 3, aiming it's really slow when it comes to console. So more or less they gotta at least fix the sniping sensitivity, and hopefully they do that soon. Hopefully they actually keep up with this game, because I actually really do like this game. It's a really good premise, and it's a good game to play if you're bored of every other game that's pretty like trash right now, which I am. So that's the reason why I'm playing this game today. Another con is that I know it may not look like it right now, but some maps drop FPS, and some of them are a constant FPS where it's just really unenjoyable for your sensitivity, and it's just not a good time. What I mean by this is there's some game modes and maps like I would say the bathtub, no, not the bathtub bash, but the fish tank frenzy. The fish tank frenzy is pretty annoying to play in since it's like running at a constant like 30 frames, so your sensitivity is definitely varied when it comes to that sort of situation. um then you got let's see, you have Jurassic Plastic, which is by far one of the worst maps to play on because it just runs so ass. Then you also got Deep Freeze with all the particles and shit that's on it, and it's just so it's unenjoyable. It really is, especially Jurassic Plastic. I recommend if you guys get into a game of Jurassic Plastic, back out because it is a very unenjoyable experience, and if you play that map first, you're just gonna have a bad opinion of the game. Whenever the game is actually not that bad to get into, and it's actually a pretty enjoyable experience. So, con number 4 is I would say, the con number 4 is, if I wanted to think directly, it would be the placement when it comes to getting into the lobby. So when you get into a lobby, one, it doesn't really tell you beforehand, like in a pregame lobby, unless you know they're on pregame lobby. So in pregame lobbies, you'll load in, and sometimes there'll be a 2 against 5, which you'll load into, and they won't switch teams, or it won't even out teams until like another person comes, or you know, it'll just start really messing up the lobbies, and that's also a very unenjoyable experience for a lot of people that are new and getting into the game. So I thought that was pretty annoying to deal with and play as myself, because I have gotten into plenty of lobbies where they were just complete, just I don't know, just 1v5, and I'd have to fucking play until someone like joins in to helps out. So uh you also have your weapon leveling, which is pretty good. A lot of people complain that like it's takes forever, but at the same time I don't really mind it since I'm earning weapon levels, period. So yeah, there is that. So if I want to be more specific, it would be definitely Jurassic Plastic, Fish Tank Frenzy, Deep Freeze, um and a little bit of Sandbox Showdown. I've never tried Picnic Panic. I guess I can vote for it right now, and hopefully that some people pick it. But other than that, those are the 4 maps that are definitely a must avoid because of the whole sensitivity aspect. If you really wanted to enjoy this game, definitely avoid those maps like Off the Rails, Lazy Hamster, Kitchen Run. Uh, I'm pretty sure Barnyard Ball works pretty great. I haven't tried it, but I know it does. It's not a big map. It's not cluttered with shit, and I've definitely seen gameplay on it, so it's not that bad. But the rest of the maps are pretty good. Uh, Con number 5 is the bots, and I know what you're thinking. Yo, Frost, what do you mean like bots? Like in-game bots? Yes, in-game bots. And I don't mean it when it comes to playing in the in-game with bots. I mean how much good aim they have for you to play with the bots. It's actually annoying going against the bots, which you're probably going to see in this match here in a bit. So basically, whenever you're in a firefight, and let's say you get into a firefight with a bot, when the bot automatically locks onto you, it automatically locks onto you, and it just lasers you, and it only takes a good couple of shots with an AR to fully kill you. So just a picture of that, but imagine being in the air and then just immediately dying. Like, it's just so annoying to deal with. It's not an enjoyable experience. Sometimes the bots will just wander off on their own, but then once you come nearby, or if it engages you, you're practically dead. It's like the bots off of fucking Call of Duty Ghosts, is if I want to be a little bit more accurate on it. Like, it's that bad. Like if you put a bot on max on fucking Ghost, it was just practically the most unfair bot ever. So, and I'm probably saying that in general, out of like, I guess out of just spite. I'm probably saying that because I played against a bot on fucking Ghost, was like knives, and every time a knife would go in, and I would try to knife a fucking bot, they would knife me first, even though I pressed the button first, period. So, um, other than that, I actually really do enjoy this game. This is one game that I can really get behind and playing whenever I'm bored. But hopefully they do add some fixes into the game. And now the realest question is whether or not if you should buy it. Now I'm going to try to go for all consumers that would like to play this game. This includes kids, adults, teens. Uh, I'd say honestly go for it because it's a new experience and it's definitely a different type of game, not like your normal war games that you'll normally play. But also just be aware of what you do and hopefully look out for updates for this game. And hopefully that they do update the game and make it a little bit more optimized. The game definitely has to be a little bit more optimized on sort of the maps, and some of the game modes are pretty unfair-ish, and some of them are just pretty dumb in general. But in the end of the day, it's like one of the funnest games that, like, with the movement, I just actually like. Uh, I just like it a lot. If I want to put that into perspective, so I think you guys would like it too. If you guys aren't a fan of just like non-optimized games or games that just, you know, don't really, I guess, have enough players, I wouldn't say this game doesn't have enough players to play in, but most of the time a lot of people do leave, and it just makes it a little bit unfun. But at the same time, it just keeps that same, you know, just vibe of just, you know, check that you're playing this game and you're actually having a good time. So like I said, I suggest you guys go for it. If you don't like it, if you don't like the way it looks, or just don't like the way it just appeals to you, you just think that, you know, maybe it's over your leg, then that's fine by you know, yourself. I was gonna say fine by me, but I'm not the one, you know, like I'm not sponsored. So uh yeah, if you don't like it, then that's fine. Just totally don't, you know, play it. But if you get the chance, if one of your friends has the game, I request either getting, you know, watching through share play, or just watching, you know, a video of just how the game is on console. Which you're probably watching this video and like, oh, well, you know, this game actually is pretty nice on console, or maybe you don't like the game on console. But, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm pretty sure there's not really another con per se that I know of. I've been playing this game practically all day and I actually really do like it, but there's definitely a lot of fixes that they gotta do. Like for the example, shotgun and rocket launcher is pretty annoying. If you're gonna get a lot of players that just use shotgun rocket launcher, where they'll shoot a rocket launcher and hit your feet and probably do like half to like all of your health and then just shoot you with a shotgun. Really up close shots really negates bloom, and you'd have to literally look down so that way you can hit the shot. So hopefully they fix that, maybe closing up the camera angle. And yeah, other than that, this game's a blast. You guys should try it. And as always, peace.